Got some chill going. Got some chill going. Hey everybody, come on in. I know we're back. We're back. It's been a couple of weeks. Sorry, but I was burnt out. I'm gonna go with that. Hello, Lorenzo. Definitely.
Hey, Lorenzo.
Burnt out. Just crazy. Doing too much. Yes, come on in. Tell a friend. We are back. Juicy Tales Erotic Chat live on the air. We're going to finish strong in 2022 so that we can slip and slide into 2023.
Yeah.
I have some fun tonight. We got a great topic. Great topic tonight. So come on in, grab somebody, join us on all of our platforms tonight. Oh, Lorenzo, dude, if you do not slow down with the score. We got it. Don't worry, we got it. You know, I gotta get indie. Tonight I'm an indie fan. Okay, tonight I'm an indie fan. We need them to beat Pittsburgh as we call them here in Cleveland. Come on, Colts.
We don't like that. Come on, Colts.
Come on, Colts.
Let's show this man what is really like.
Okay. Well, I know what it's really like to be pregnant. I don't need her to tell us. Oh, so Danny's having some technical difficulties.
No,
she says nothing is.
It was a real. It's okay, sis.
We know all about that tonight. Oh boy. Come on in, everybody. Let's have some fun. We'll have some adult conversation tonight. We got a great topic. Hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. We're going to talk about that as well. Got some great things on the horizon for 2023. What do you think? I let it grow out. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep it or not.
You know I like it.
I gotta make some decisions. Lorenzo, what are your thoughts? Long or short? My hair, long or short? I'm trying to hang in there. I'm trying to let it go, get all the way back to the way it was. It still needs a couple more trims, but some layering.
You know how that go.
Give everybody a couple. Right. You a hairdresser extraordinaire.
I am.
He said keep it long. Keep it long. Okay.
Men like long hair. I don't know. I ain't never figured out why.
So they can grab on. I know why. You can get palmed. You can get palmed.
Hurt me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mind a gentle. I just don't like it when they really pull hard. I'm like, dude, it's attached. This is not a test.
That's
This
why
is
I keep it
real.
short. That's why I keep it short. It's not a weave. This is not a weave.
Right. I get the hold. I'm like, dude, wait a minute. Hold up. That's mine. Homegrown. It won't be on my head. You're going to snatch it out by the roots.
That part. Then I'm gonna have a ball spot and we're gonna fight.
Right. Exactly. All right, y'all. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get started because we do know, unfortunately, our other beautiful co-host is having technical difficulties in California right now. So we are gonna go ahead and get started. Hey, Jasmine.
Hey sis, how are you?
Oh, I am, girl, please. I am rested. Finally, rested.
How was
Woo.
your holiday?
It was actually very good. Thank you for asking. I
Good.
did cook. My
Yay.
godson is reaping the benefits of me cooking, and he's like, "When you cooking again?" I'm like, yeah.
I miss your cooking. I miss your cooking.
February 25th. I'm doing the
You're gonna
cooking.
cook for your own party, girl?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Here's the thing. Okay, so for you guys that don't know, I will turn 60 next year, so I'm having 2 parties. So it's kind of like, the vanilla, the good girl side, and then the nasty party. So the good girl side and the family and close family and friends is in February, and then which is my actual birthday, my actual vanilla birthday. And then Miss Juicy's birthday is going to be in October, her party, and that's the nasty, naughty, and yeah, that party. But for my birthday party, so people were saying, well, you should get somebody to cater. I cater. Why am I going to get somebody? Plus, the person that I was going to use, that I would have used to cater it, is moving to Atlanta. So, yeah, I'm good. I'll just cook. I already have my kitchen. Okay. We already got the kitchen planned, and I already got the kitchen, and so I don't want nobody saying the food was nasty. So, and since it's gonna be my family and friends, and I know that if it's nasty, they're gonna be like, "Why didn't you cook?" Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna go ahead and cook.
Well, all I was gonna do was suggest the person that on the set here, because I know you used to cater for everything, and my sister Diva kind of replaced you. Everybody go to her now. So.
Well, and plus too, this is going to save me money, so
yes,
I can just do it myself.
And I'll come and help whatever I need to do.
So we're gonna, I might need an extra kitchen or 2. So other than that, we cook. We's a cooking. I'm a cooking. Now I'm gonna be pooped, but I'm gonna cook. So it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I want to thank everyone that has responded. I didn't expect. I didn't expect that many people to respond already. So thank you guys that have gotten their invites and gotten back to me. And it's not just here on social media, because it's not just on Facebook, because some of my family and friends are not on Facebook. So and people have been sending me back texts. I can't wait. So I'm really excited. Can't wait to turn 60 and just celebrate with all my friends and family and all the different. I was trying to think of I wanted some representation from all of the groups and everybody that I've worked with over the past 60 years. So it's a lot of people. After I sit down and I think about it, it's a lot of people. So
yes,
I've done a lot. You don't realize it. I'm just a doer.
And we appreciate all the doing you do.
So we are going to have fun. It is a Mardi Gras theme for the February party. And then for the October party, it is a burlesque theme. So it's as nasty as we want to be. And that one will be here in Cleveland. So I'm working on now all of the venue paying and all that good stuff. So The name of the game is feel free to send us some money. I can use some money in my Cash App if you'd like to contribute to either one of these parties, $5, $10, anything. It will help. So you can Cash App me at Ms. Juicy, MZJEWCEE, capital M, capital J. So I'm going to be begging. But we're going to have a good time. We will have a lot of fun. So how was your Thanksgiving? Oh, can you hear me?
It was
good. It was
yeah,
good.
I heard you. It was. Can you hear me?
There you go. There you go. There you go. Little delay there, but go. Now.
You can hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I ate good. I spent it was good. It was peaceful. And I was off again today, so I got some rest.
You know that yeah, I did that yesterday. I decided not to drive at all yesterday, but today I've been up since 2 this morning, so we will be done on time tonight. We will be done at 10:30 on time tonight. And we have a great topic for you guys. But first and foremost, you know, we got to do them NFL scores. We can't start our show without our football fanatics and freakies and everybody that wants to hear about where we are on the scores for the games that happened this past week. And we're going to start out with, let's see here, let me get this. Last Thursday on the 24th, the Bills and the Lions. The Bills won 28-25 over the Detroit Lions, the New York Giants, and the Cowboys. You know, these are those Thursday night games that they play traditionally. So the Cowboys won over the Giants 28-20. And then there was the Patriots and the Vikings. And it looks like the Vikings handed the Patriots a loss at 33-26. So on our Sunday games, let's move on, shall we? It was the Panthers over the Broncos, 23-10. It was the Commanders over the Falcons, 19-13. Commanders are doing really well, guys. Commanders are doing really well. We have a final for the Bengals and the Titans, and it was the Bengals over the Titans, 20-16. Looks like the Bears could not pull it out. It was the Jets over the Bears, 31-10. And in OT, yes, in OT, the Browns did it yesterday. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. Yes, thank you, Jesus. 23-17 in OT. What a way to send out Jacoby. I just want to give a big shout out to Jacoby. You have done the damn thing. Thank you so much for holding it down for Cleveland. And as of today, Deshaun Watson is our starting quarterback. Jacoby passes the torch on, and Jacoby, you've done a great job. Thank you so much. And you're not going anywhere. You're still going to be here with the team. So, Deshaun, honey, make sure you got your P's and Q's together, and Deshaun will start against the Texans this coming Sunday. So that ought to be interesting. The Jaguars and the Ravens. Thank you, Jaguars, for beating the Ravens 28-27. The Dolphins and the Texans. It looks like the Dolphins won 30-15 over the lowly Texans, who are only like 1-9. So we better beat them next week. The Cardinals and the Chargers. Chargers beat the Cardinals 25-24. And look, we were having an offensive happy day out wherever they were playing, but it went to overtime between the Raiders and the Seahawks. And it looks like the Raiders pulled it out 40-34 in OT. We have the Saints and the 49ers, and it was the 49ers over the Saints 13-0. The Rams and the Chiefs. The Chiefs beat the Rams 26-10. And in another high scoring game, we had the Packers versus the Eagles, and the Eagles beat the Packers 40-33. And right now, going on Monday night, it is the Steelers 13 and the Colts 0 in the second quarter, and the Colts have the ball. So come on, Colts. Come on, guys. Get it together. Come on, Indy. And those are your scores, guys, for this week in the NFL, week 12. So hope your team did well. I'm very proud of the Brownies. They did good. So I'm happy. I'm happy. Come on, Colts. my second team. Come on, Colts. You can do it. So tonight we have a great topic. So you ready? Miss Jasmine, it's going to be you and I tonight. And we are going to be talking about gender versus sexual orientation tonight. And I think this is a great topic for everyone to get involved in and join in the adult conversation. And hopefully tonight we can give you a little bit of education so that you can understand a little bit more about gender. Oh, okay. I see you, Jasmine. Got it. So I'm going to be, honey, unmute so I don't have to talk all night. Everybody don't want to hear me all night long. But we're going to be talking about gender versus sexual orientation, because I think it's really important that we start to separate the two, because I think a lot of times we have intertwined these and we've put this together all in one. And honestly, that's really not how things are. They're just not. So, so Jasmine, just let me know when you're unmuted. You just give me a thumbs up or something along those lines. Otherwise, it's going to be me tonight, guys. I'm going to try this. I'm rusty. So I'm hoping that she can pop on and pop off and get her I don't know what it is. It's computer issues tonight. I even had a little bit just a little while ago. So we're going to try to stay on here as long as we can. And let's get this topic started. So the first thing I wanted to kind of just go over with everyone is so that people will understand what gender identity is actually and what sexual orientation is, because they're two different things. They're not the same, even though we try to intertwine them. And one of the things I want everyone to do with this conversation is please keep an open mind, because what we've been taught over the years or told has changed, because there's more information, there's more research being done, and there's more people coming out and questioning the things that we have been learning all of these years. The one great thing about the field that I'm in, which is the field of sex, is that change is a constant, and more information, more tests, more observations, different opinions are starting to come out and come to the forefront. And a lot of the information that we've had over the years is a bit antiquated. It's a bit old. It's a bit one-sided. It's also very male driven, because men were doctors back in the day. And it didn't take into consideration a lot of things that had to do with women's bodies and so on and so forth. So I ask that you keep an open mind, because a lot of this information that's coming out now is correcting some of the old information that is out there, and also maybe also adding to the information. And I think when you do that, when you learn to grow your mind and you learn to grow with the information that we have now, you will see that a lot of the things that we've been taught are outdated, incorrect, or incomplete. So now we're getting a better picture, a clearer picture, and more understanding and better definitions of gender, of sexual orientation. So I really hope that you guys tonight will get a little bit of something out of this, and will definitely just keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Don't get stuck in a rut. Don't get stuck in a box that somebody else built for you. Open your mind up, expand your mind. A lot of this, it may not have anything to do with you per se, but it might have to do with a friend or a neighbor or an acquaintance or somebody else down the line that maybe you haven't even met yet. But I think we need to be a little more gentler and a little more kinder to our fellow folks out there who identify differently than we do, instead of putting a stigmatism on them or putting something negative on them. We need to just say, hey, this is what they like. It don't have nothing to do with me. Okay. And I'm not going to knock it. That's the key part. I'm not going to knock it. Because we have a lot of people out here with a lot of hate for something that, number one, if you're not that way, why are you hating on somebody else? I don't always quite understand that. And that part, I think, is the part that really, really needs to change. It does. So we're going to start with, like I said, gender identity. And gender identity is your own internal personal sense of being a man or a woman, or as someone outside of the gender binary. And then your sexual orientation describes a person's enduring physical, romantic, and or emotional attraction to another person. For example, straight, gay, lesbian, bisexual, pan, whatever your zhush is, in the words of Miss Danny's Windows, that's not with us tonight. This is your sexual orientation. It's whatever you want it to be, not somebody else. It's not a preconceived notion. And I think that's where we have a lot of issues, a lot of problems, and where we fall into categories, and we get people that don't understand how you could be this way or that way. But it's not for you to understand. It has nothing to do with you. So a lot of our gender identity is based on what? It's based on chromosomes, okay? And I'm sure a lot of us took science class and probably fell asleep through most of it. But we talk about the X and the Y chromosomes. And a lot of people, are you there, Jasmine? Let me just see if she's got any sound. No sound yet. Okay, keep working on it. If you want to chime in texting, I can read your text as well. I can do that. So X and Y chromosomes, a lot of people feel, and a lot of scientists, of course, have said that these are what make us male and female. And the science also does back when there is, quote unquote, a goof. And that's just for lack of a better term, because we are so stuck in thinking that there are only two sexes, there's only two genders, that's male and female, because this is what we have been taught. Understand that gender has only been around for about, when you think about it, the X and Y chromosomes were only found probably within the past 100 years. And there are genetic markers within those X and Y chromosomes that can also be a little off. So when we're talking about someone that is, and we started talking about this a couple of weeks ago, transgender youth, when we're talking about people that are transgender, there are scientific reasons that this person could feel the way that they feel. And that's based on their chromosomes and how how their chromosomes are made up. Okay. So if we're all a little different, which we are. Hello, Deanna. Hello. I'm not sure she's saying hello, beautiful. Well, hello. If we are all made up differently, then I'm not sure why people can't grasp in their brains the fact that someone that is actually transgender might actually be transgender because of their chromosomes. Because chromosomes get mixed up and all the time. It's not like it just started. So I want people to understand that as well. It is something that has been around. It's just the science that has to catch up to how these chromosomes work. So there is a scientific reason that people may be transgender, and they may feel if I'm born gender wise with the genitalia of a man, there is a reason that they may feel feminine. They may feel like a female instead, and vice versa. And there is scientific proof to back that up. So don't get stuck on just one or two ways of being, because there are different ways to identify gender, and we are definitely in that type of information highway now, where we can get more information on the X and Y chromosomes. So I'm trying to keep this as basic as I can without using a whole bunch of technical stuff that would lose people. But I'm hoping that I'm making you think outside of the box a little bit when we talk about gender. So many people think of gender just as male and female. That's it. They don't think of transgender. They think that transgender is a disease, or we can fix that, or that can't possibly be because there's only X and Y chromosome. No, it can be. And scientifically, they are proving that it can be. So don't think that someone, and I guess what really brings this home for me is when we were talking about youth being transgender. And I gave an example a few weeks back regarding when we know someone is a protege, okay? And we used Zaya, Dwayne Wade's daughter, as an example. Now, if Zaya had stayed, let me just grab Jasmine real quick and see if we got her back.
I think we do.
There we are. So
Still don't know what happened, but
I think the crazies are out. I think the crazies are out. I don't know, because I went offline and I'm like, why?
Yeah, let's hope me going live again doesn't do it again, but we'll see.
Okay. So I was just like letting people understand a little bit more about
gender and sexuality, the difference.
Yeah, that, and I was letting them know more about gender and about the Y and X chromosomes, and how there can be a variant on those X and Y chromosomes that science has discovered. It's not always out there in mainstream right now, but it is definitely why people feel when they're transgender, when they feel that I have male genitalia, but I feel like a woman, and vice versa. Because they're X and Y chromosomes, there's more to it than just the X and Y chromosomes. There's a lot
Exactly.
more to it. There's a lot more to it without trying to be super technical about it. But science is showing that these folks actually are correct. They are possibly a gender identified female stuck in a male's body,
Body.
or vice versa.
Yeah, something happened. Lost in
Exactly.
translation type of situation.
Yes. And everyone looks at chromosomes as just it, but there's more to the chromosomes. You're getting into your molecules, and we're getting into a whole science class that probably half of us didn't pay attention to,
We
but we're
probably did not.
we just heard X means girl, Y means boy. That's it. That's all we heard. We didn't hear nothing else. And honestly, that's the way it was taught.
Yeah.
But she's Deanna says, I have a friend who was born with both. Yes, that does happen. And it happens a lot more frequently than people understand, where they have both genitalia, where they have a vagina and they have a penis. Because number one, your vagina and your penis are one and the same
One and the same.
until you start to develop in the womb.
Mm-hmm.
And certain things start to happen metaphysically, and you become one or the other. You're supposed to carry one or the other, but there are many folks that have, I don't know what the number is or anything like that. I've never heard, I don't have any statistics to give, but there are a lot of folks that have both.
Correct.
And if now that they're doing gender reassignment surgery, especially for men, okay, and men that want to have a vagina can have one now. Um, but if you've ever seen the evolution of a vagina becoming a penis, or a penis becoming a vagina, then you would pretty much understand that the surgery is just something that it can be done
It's cosmetic.
successfully.
Yes.
It can be done, and they can have feeling, they can have pubic hair, they can have a clit, they can have a labia. So because actually the parts are there already, they've just developed differently through the X and Y chromosomes.
Yes.
So I'm hoping some of this is making sense. If you guys have questions out there,
Please
excuse
speak up.
because I think it's very important, and I think this is part of the problem when we're talking about transgender, and we're talking about transgender youth and why they have this strong feeling, and we simply don't understand it because we are stuck on antiquated, old-fashioned science. And science has evolved. Don't you think, Jasmine?
Science has definitely evolved. Sexuality in itself has evolved. And if we can get the people's mindset to understand that one has nothing to do with the other, we would be so much more evolved.
Right. And your gender, it's a way of people keeping track. That's really what it is. It's a way. Mm-hmm. It's just like me being a Black female. I'm a number somewhere. Okay, we all are.
We all a census.
We're the census, but we're how many Black women do we have that are this, and this, and so it's a way of keeping track of everybody.
Correct.
So don't get so wrapped up in what somebody else thinks that you should be. I think that is a big part of this as well. It's not it doesn't feel right for you, you know it doesn't feel right for you, you might go along with it for a while, but eventually, you know, the truth will set you free, as they say. So a lot of people don't feel comfortable in their own skin. Literally, not figuratively, but literally, they do not feel comfortable.
Correct.
So transgender is real, folks. These are real people with, some may have issues. And what I mean by issues is, I mean, they are trying to tell you they are not what they appear on the outside, it on the inside. Okay. And we have been so busy trying to shove down their throat their appearance on the outside that we don't take into consideration how they feel on the inside.
Correct.
Sexual orientation has nothing to do with gender.
Can I get the definition of sexual identity or sexual orientation?
Please, go right ahead.
Sexual identity is how one thinks of oneself in terms of to one is romantically and or sexually attracted. Sexual identity may also refer to sexual orientation identity, which is when people identify or disidentify with a sexual orientation or choose not to identify with a sexual orientation.
Exactly. So who you like is who you like.
Correct.
Who you want to be with is who you want to be with. If you find if you are a male and you find another male attractive, you have the urge or the desire to have sex with that person. You want to live in a long-lasting relationship full of respect and love. That is your sexual orientation. And guess what? That is your God-given right. Contrary to popular belief, there is nothing in the Bible about being gay. Nothing.
Nope.
See, Deanna says a person's mind cannot necessarily delete what has been taught, in my opinion, due to being uncomfortable. Yet, unless you birth that individual in, even then, why judge? Accept and move accordingly.
Correct.
A mind may not be able to delete what has been taught, but a mind can expand and a mind can change.
I agree.
So,
but I agree with her when she says, even if you can't wrap around it, to move accordingly. It's about loving the person where they're at and them for who they are.
And I agree 130,000%. Because what we're trying to do tonight, like I said when we started out with the show, is that we're asking people, please keep an open mind. Just keep an open mind. Because change is the only constant. Change is the only constant. And you all know, over the years, science, although flawed, okay, because it is flawed, if you don't have all of the right ingredients, it's just like if you're making a cake or you're making Thanksgiving dinner. If you don't have the right ingredients to bake that turkey or to make those chitlins or to make that macaroni and cheese, it's not going to come out right. The same thing is true when it comes to science. And science is forever evolving and changing. the way I was taught 60 years ago, or 55 years ago, it's not the way that things are taught nowadays. Like I don't even understand math anymore. I don't know what the hell.
I don't either. And I
I
have
don't
2 kids in school. Can somebody help?
I don't know what the hell they're teaching when it comes to math.
This
What
new
happened to
math
this?
is so
Back in the day, it was
I was
2 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. We knew that.
right.
Okay, but now you got to go all the way around. I don't know what the hell they're doing. But anyway,
So I am sitting
same.
here looking up sexual identity. And they have A to Z. I haven't even counted how many different terms are right here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And the only ones that I have heard of are heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, and pansexual, and asexual. I have heard of asexual, but there's like 6 of these definitions that all align with asexual. And then there's one that goes with pansexual, but it's about only being attracted to masculine presenting, no matter what the gender.
It is. I will say
I love
this.
my people. We have a definition for everything.
We do, and I will say it does get a little convoluted, but convoluted. And I think some things cross over. That's just I just feel like some things, they cross over. They could go either way.
Yeah.
But I do feel that what's good is we are not just talking anymore about heterosexual and homosexual.
Yes.
Because there's way more types of sexual orientations than 2.
And you can identify as more than one.
Exactly.
Because apparently I am a pansexual sapiosexual. They coexist. When I look at these definitions.
Mm-hmm. And it's great that people can define it, but don't put it, once again,
it's not that deep.
Right. Don't lock yourself.
Love.
Don't lock yourself into a box that somebody else created.
Exactly. I just love people. I fall in love with who I fall in love with. So that's how I am.
Deanna says, I can relate to a human being. I can be attracted to a human being. I choose to have sex with myself that engages with a human being. Got you. Pansexual.
Mm-hmm.
And some people just, they're like that. They don't, I'm pretty much heterosexual, but I play with girls.
You're such a pillow princess.
Thank you. But I know what I am.
Mm-hmm.
And have for years. And
I agree.
I'm not
ashamed.
You
just have to know yourself. It's about knowing who you are.
And then I think on top of that, Jasmine, not just knowing who you are, but surround yourself with people that accept you for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Quit surrounding yourself or quit trying to make someone else accept you, because there's some people that just won't.
I agree completely, wholeheartedly. I'm attracted to me first. I agree with you, Deanna. I'm attracted to me first. It's about me. I'm self that way. It's about me.
And there's nothing wrong with that, especially as a woman, because women have been taught from day one it's about the man.
Mm-hmm. Which we all know that was because it's a patriarchal society, but I think that was the most crazy thing that they could ever do, because the moment that a woman learns that it's about her, the sexual experience between the male and the female becomes so much more open than when we're stuck in the box that it's all about him. That was the worst thing they could have ever done to themselves.
True.
Because those of us that know that it's not all about him, those men's sexual experiences are so much better. And they've even said it.
Well, not only that, but the reason why they did that is a control mechanism.
That is
true. It's just a way to control women. To either let them know, okay, well, you know what, you're okay. You're not beautiful enough to, you know, you shouldn't enjoy this. This isn't for you to enjoy. If you enjoy it, it's negative. It has a negative connotation on us. You're a slut.
Yes.
You're a whore if you enjoy sex. So this was all a mind game all along.
And it still works to some extent. It's not a large population of us that are open-minded and enjoy sex. As much as it is becoming more mainstream, it is still a larger population that still think the old way. At least in America.
Well, yeah, it's ingrained in us, and it's taking us a long time to break out of a controlling situation, which is a form of abuse, and it's to the point where, you know, we're not allowed to enjoy sex if we're a good girl. And then we're supposed to be faithful, and then our husband, needless to say, is going to go and fuck somebody else because we number one, we have no idea what the hell we're doing to please a man because we are limited. And then they go find somebody else, and then we're all heartbroken because they found somebody else. At the same time, I mean, it's just when you think about it, it's just crazy nonsense. That's really what.
Yeah, it's crazy to me though, because I was talking to somebody today who's former military, and he was saying that other countries are a little bit freer and are so numb to the aspect of the pleasure of sex that it's not a taboo topic of conversation. He said he was watching something on TV, on regular TV in Japan, and it was a wrestling show, but when you pin the person down, you can have sex with them. But that was on regular TV. It wasn't public. It wasn't a private access. It wasn't it wasn't paid for. It was regular TV in the middle of the day.
My kind of television.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just oblivious to them. Commercials in France, he mentioned to me, the woman, when she's naked, how here they kind of cover it up and angle it so you don't see anything. In France, she's full on frontal nudity with the bush showing, like going to the refrigerator.
There you go.
Sex in those other countries don't mean the same thing as it does here in controlling US of A.
Oh, it's totally different, and it has been for years. I mean, decades.
I guess this is what why the evangelicals eventually, well, they aren't the ones that migrated, but they transitioned out of other migrated Christian-based religions that wanted the right to religion and control. Right, Deanna. Passport ready.
Passport ready.
Passport ready. Okay, my passport is ready to go. But well, it's just crazy.
It's totally, yeah, it is totally, it's total, like I said, once again, it's a way to control. It's a total way to control. And, you know, we've made women feel shamed about having multiple partners. We've made women feel shamed about being divorced. If you were the man is divorced, it's okay. If the woman was divorced, which if you're both getting a divorce and you're both married, okay, why is it okay for him to get a divorce, but it's not okay for me? It's to be a divorcee. So, I mean, this has been around for a long time, and it's taken us a long time as women. And this is all women. I'm not picking colors or anything like that, but it's all women here in the United States that have been subject to this masculinity crap that has made us feel inferior and less than. And when it comes to our sexuality and our sensuality, we can just kiss that shit goodbye, because if we're, and one of the things that I did find out though is that as women, we are harder on other women than men are when it comes to, oh, I want to fuck on the first date. Well, women are the ones that are shunning or bad mouthing other women that want
Because we've been indoctrinated to do so.
Exactly.
Part of the control that they have over the female mind, whether it be about sexuality or anything else, is us beating up on each other, trying to teach each other how to be a good woman. Beating up on each other, whether it be race against white women against black women, other races of women against black women, or other races against white women, or whoever, people ganging up on each other about femininity, things that happen in politics, like all these things about what makes you a good woman and falling in line, we beat up on each other about. We attack each other. We don't ever band together and come together as one.
Because if we did,
the power that we would have.
Because the power of the pussy, number one. Okay, we just gonna go there.
All, we are the givers of life. Without us, they would not exist.
It truly is interesting that we allow them, and and I'm not bashing men, okay, not bashing men, because this is not all men. This is not all men. But we do have men that feel like you have the right to control our reproductive organs and you don't. I own them. They're mine. When you stick your dick in, you're visiting. Okay? Let's get this straight. You're visiting. The pussy is mine all the time.
And I am consenting to let you do so.
Exactly.
So the power is still mine.
So if you want to share, or you'd like to get a little bit of it, that's a whole different story. But I think what happens is y'all get caught up too in this nonsense. Whose pussy is it? And I'll tell you, it's mine. I'm going to tell you that. Don't ever ask me that, because you're going to get the same answer.
It belongs to Jasmine Purple Rain. The one in between my legs belongs to me. It is mine. I control it. I give access and permission to it. I am the gift that keeps on giving, damn it. I loaned it to my kids. I loaned it to my kids so they can have a way to come out, and that is it. And I loaned it to you when I decide to let you penetrate. I don't understand why they think they have the power over it. No, sir. No, whoever it is. No, sir, ma'am. It belongs to me.
It's mine. And I have been asked that question, and I have answered mine. Just like, whose pussy is it? Mine. No, whose pussy is it? Mine. Did you think I was going to change the answer? No,
I'm not that big gone. I'm not
right.
I'm not there.
It's mine. So
it's still mine. I let you have access to it. I hope you appreciate it
and enjoy it, but it's still mine. When I leave, it leaves. Okay.
I don't detach it. I don't leave it on the bed for you.
Doesn't unscrew.
It doesn't go in your pocket. It's mine.
Now I can get you a mold if you want, but
you know what I'm saying? I could buy you one.
I could buy you a pocket pussy. I can sell you a pocket pussy, but it's still mine. Mine is mine.
I can go get mine molded for you, like even the inside, like.
Yeah. So it's important, I think, and like I said, some of this has really been, we can giggle at it and joke about it and laugh at some of it, but unfortunately, some of it is it's very serious, and it's so antiquated. The thought process is so antiquated that, if I walked around going, whose dick is it? Is it, just thinking about it. It makes me laugh. Whose dick is it? Give me your dick. It's your body.
I don't want to claim a man's penis.
Mm.
I've never wanted to put claim. I've wanted to put claim on a man, not on his penis.
Interesting. Because honestly, what we do, whether we realize it or not as women, we do put claim on their penis, because if their penis goes to another vagina, we all upset. We ready to end all ties, everything, because the penis wandered. Wait a minute. I got to get her back. Hold on. Here we go.
There we go.
And something else pop up. I don't know.
I don't see anything else. I just seen us comment.
I just heard something, a bloop, but nothing. Okay. Like I said, it's important that we do have these conversations, and we do keep an open mind. And like I said, we can kind of giggle and laugh at some of it, because some of it is so far-fetched, but a lot of it is what we know, and it's all we know. And there's still a lot of women out there that we'll say women and men that are not educated, or they're holding on to the same old, and not willing to open up and take in new information.
But that is due to what me and you have always said. Sex education is about procreation, not actual sex education.
True. And I mean, it's the field that I've been in forever, and it hasn't changed.
And I mean, even when I try to talk to my teens, because you know I got teenagers, even when I try to talk to them about sex education, when they explain to me what sex education is in school, they've even started to indoctrinate them. Their whole mother is a sexologist, sex coach, and they still be like, oh no, I understand this and I understand that, and I'm like, but that's still procreation based, and you all aren't listening.
Well, and a lot of it is we're just, and it's so funny to me. It's so funny to me. These parents are like, oh, my child is pregnant at 13. Your child is pregnant at 13 because she knows how to do it. You know how she knows? This isn't they'll never know. This is not they'll never know. They'll never know. No, because they're actually showing you videos, and these kids are actually learning how to have a baby. That's all health ed is how to have a baby. And I really do believe, now that I'm older and I see that this is still what is being taught, I believe that it's on purpose.
It is on purpose.
I believe it's on. I mean, when I say that, I mean to say that the only thing that you're supposed to get out of health education class is how to have a baby. Point blank, period.
Because hopefully that's all they talk about. That and STDs. They only talk about.
Hopefully along the way you don't catch an STI. That was my next thing. But that's it.
All I've ever heard them talk is, this is how you create a baby, and this is how you protect yourself from STIs.
This is the sperm, and the sperm goes up, and it gets into and it fertilizes the egg, and blah 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 blah, and that's it, folks. That's what your kids are learning. And so next thing you know, Johnny and Sarah went off somewhere to figure out if it works.
That part. Because I know that's what I did. I definitely did that. I was like, I have this tingling sensation. Let me see if this works.
Go see if this works.
And then I learned, oh, no, this hurts.
I'm just saying. This is what, and oh, she said something. Strengthen the mind first, masturbate second.
Correct.
Well, I actually masturbated first and then strengthened the mind because I was like, this feel good. I mean,
That was
it just,
me. I was 14.
I was younger than that. I found the little man in the boat, wore that shower head out. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Mine's a teddy bear tail.
Yours is a teddy bear. What?
My teddy bear, I turned him upside down and used the tail on the back of the teddy bear.
Oh, how innovative. Love it. Love it. Oh, yeah. Mine was the shower head. I had to get in the right position in the tub, but I could do it. Yeah.
I didn't learn nothing about the shower head till I was 18.
I knew about the
But
shower head. And back when they had the one that was, had the different, when they came out with the one with the different nozzles on the different, oh, yeah, that was like my favorite friend. Yes.
yeah.
And so, like I said, they don't they don't talk about these kinds of things in health class, or they gloss over it. I mean, they go over it so fast, and of course, needless to say, they don't talk about relationships.
And when they do talk about masturbation, it's focused, it's male focused. It's wet dreams.
Well, yeah.
It's
Wet dreams.
It's male focused. It's your son, the boys you'll go hide off in a closet and lock your doors. Like, it's not about girl, because again, they don't want us to know that pleasure exists for us.
Exactly. Oh, Deanna, I had a motorcycle too. I called it my big vibrator. In the wintertime, I'd just go out and start her up just to sit on her. There you go.
Ma'am, can you not remind me? Because I haven't been on a motorcycle in 6 months.
Brum, brum. I just go out and start her up, make sure she started.
I need to go ahead and get my trike before the summer hits.
So what else do you feel, Jasmine, that we can actually lend to? I did want to talk about, sorry about that, had some hair fly. Dysphoria, we kind of talked a little bit about this, and we were talking about the wrong gender. So we talked about gender dysphoria, which is the term for a deep sense of unease and distress that may occur when your biological sex does not match your gender identity. In the past, this was called gender identity disorder. For example, you may be assigned at birth as a female gender, but you feel a deep inner sense of being male. And once again, if we get into our science, that is very, 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 very possible because of a overabundance of X or Y chromosomes running around and being in the wrong proportion, as well as some other scientific terms and some other scientific explanations that can make you feel like that. And I don't feel that we give enough credence to that. We're so busy trying to change a person and to make them fit our picture of who they are, that we tend not to take what they say as the gospel. We want to take what we think or what we say or what we see as the gospel instead of them telling us. And I think that's where I am supporting the transgender youth, because they do know that there's something different about them. And they do know that they are trapped, for lack of a better term, in a body that they don't belong in. And, once again, I applaud Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union for supporting Zaya as she goes on this journey. They're not saying they're going to give her
reassignment surgery.
Reassignment surgery. At this point, but she's 15. She's 3 years away from being 18, and she'll be able to do that on her own if that's what she.
Well, they started doing her hormones.
I don't know, to be honest. I know that I don't see her developing breasts or anything like that.
Okay.
But and she may not want to do all of that either.
They might have done hormone blockers until she can make a decision.
Right.
I know some people that do that so that the child doesn't go through puberty twice, because when you go through regular puberty and then you decide to go through gender reassignment, the medicine, whether it be testosterone or estrogen, whichever gender you're changing to, puts you back through a puberty phase. So a lot of parents who are accepting of their children have been placing their teens on hormone blockers so that neither hormone takes over. But I have seen some where the parents are just okay with the transition, and without doing gender reassignment surgery, go ahead and still put them on the estrogen or testosterone so that they can develop the other parts or not develop the other parts.
And I really do feel, because of who she is the daughter of, and I will not be disrespectful, she wants to be considered a young lady. She will be called Zaya, and she will be considered a young lady. She started this journey when she was 12. I mean, she came out when she was, publicly when she was 12. I'm sure that this has been in her, on her mind, in her soul, way before then. But she's a beautiful. I'm jealous of the legs. She. Woo. Okay. And she has fashion sense. So I think the part that bothers me the most is how some people have decided to get on the bandwagon and tell Dwayne Wade how to raise his child. And that's not for you to do. You need to shut the fuck up. Excuse my language. You just need to shut up. You just do. Because it's not for you to do. It's not for you to, you're not in the situation. You're not with that child every day. You don't know what that child is going through. You don't know what they're going through. And I'm sure as parents, this has not been, a walk in the park. They've had to learn and educate themselves as well.
I think the biggest problem for a lot of parents, especially the ones that have an issue with what Dwayne and Gabrielle are doing, the issue is parents have this thing where they have to be in control of their kids like their kids aren't people. And I said this the last time we talked. They are still human. They still have emotions. They still have thoughts. They still have processes. Yes, they are children. And throughout time, as long as I can remember, we've been told, stay in the child's place. Don't speak when the adults are talking. Learn to respect your elders, things like that. But when are the elders going to learn to respect these little people? They are still people. And by the time that they are 12, 13, 14 years old, they're forming adult opinions. If this was 200 years ago, a 14-year-old girl is considered a woman and is of age to bear children and be married off to the highest bidder. So why are you now telling me that a 14-year-old girl is not a grown woman? By what standard?
Or that a 14-year-old who is living in her own body is not
who or what she is.
Exactly. But if she was since this is Dwayne Wade, if she was dribbling a basketball every 2 seconds, she'd be a prodigy.
Like his other son.
Mm-hmm.
Or if she was still male presenting and playing a piano.
She's a prodigy. He's a prodigy. He's the best pianist ever. He will be the best pianist, and he was 5, and he's going to go on and fill Carnegie Hall.
Mm-hmm.
But we can accept that. That's okay.
We can accept talent, but we can't accept knowing who you are.
Mm-mm.
I don't understand.
Mm-mm. And my thing is all, you know, my father used to say, your opinion, everybody's got an opinion. It's like an asshole. Everybody's got one. Your opinion really doesn't matter to them.
No. You're not in their household.
You're not in their household. You're not to mention that in our silly, stupid, sometimes ignorant society, Zaya is up against worse than your opinion.
Yep.
As a Black transgender. So are you going to protect her? Are you going to
No.
support her? Because you can't do that already. And it's really none of your concern. It's not your household.
But these are the same people that are going to say they shouldn't lie about who they are. They need to be upfront. Y'all don't protect them when they are.
No. Transgenders are probably the top now hate crime.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, and I'm not going to say unfortunately, I was going to say fortunately for trans men, most people can't clock them. So they don't get it as bad as trans women. But it's still there.
Mm.
And the crazy part is, no matter if it's a trans woman or a trans man, the biggest ones to perpetrate the crime are cis hetero men.
Or DL.
They identify as cis hetero men is what I'm saying.
Okay.
They're the ones perpetrating the crime against trans men and trans women. The reasons are different, but it's still there.
Yeah. And I want people to understand one other thing before we kind of wrap this topic up a little bit more. You can't catch being gay.
It's not contagious at all.
It's not contagious. You can't catch being trans. You can't catch being pansexual. You know, you're who you are. If somebody that's gay is by you, it's not going to rub off on you. If you're gay, you're gay. If you're heterosexual, you're heterosexual. If you're bisexual, you're bisexual. It'll come out. It might come out later on, but
I think the biggest problem for me with all of that are the ones that see a trans person, not knowing it's a trans person. You're attracted to them. When you find out that they're trans, you automatically assume, oh, I'm not gay. That doesn't make you were attracted to a woman. You were attracted to a man. What about the physical eye attraction do you not get about your sexuality? What they actually are has nothing to do with what you sexually identify as.
they don't know the difference, once again, between sexual orientation and gender.
But it frustrates me how many times I hear men say, oh, I could never be with a trans woman. I'm not gay. One has nothing to do with the other.
Yeah, exactly. Because once again, not educated. Not educated. A warped thought process when it comes to transgender, not understanding, us not really talking about the science
Yeah.
behind this, understanding that yes, these folks do exist. Yes, the chromosomes can get mixed up, can get too much on one end and not enough on the other. Um, there are so many explanations through science, and that's the one thing I've had people want to argue me down, and I'm like, no, you can't, because the science exists.
Yep.
The science exists. The chromosomes are not just the only way that you tell that you're a gender. You're a gender. And you can get too much of one chromosome and still be, if you're a double chromosome, and still be a man or a woman. What do you say? What? Uh-oh. Should I assume if you hold your legs up when receiving oral that you are gay? No, you just like what you like.
That's why I did. You know, my friends are special. When my friends come on this show, you know when it's my people. You know when it's my people. I love the support though, but you know when they my people.
We don't even have to ask.
No, you don't.
We don't even have to ask.
It's okay. But yeah, that's the. I mean, but it's not even just men, because again, with the TikTok, you know what? That is a hell of an app. And not so much because you get to make these videos, but it's bringing so many issues to the core, to the front face of America. And it brings a lot of misconceptions. I swear, without TikTok and some of the videos I've shared and saved from TikTok, as a pansexual woman, I would have not been able to explain what that is to certain people. Because the words itself, they just weren't getting it. I had a friend once, and she's she's a trans female, male to female transition. But she only dates women. And the men in our circle didn't understand. They was like, but you were born a guy. Why not just stay a guy if you like women? And she was like, because I felt like a woman. I'm just attracted to women. My sexuality and who I want to sleep with has nothing to do with how I feel on the inside. She said it did have everything to do with whether or not I chose to have gender reassignment surgery. But other than that, it had nothing to do with it. I take my hormones. She was like, I take my hormones. I kept my penis for obvious reasons. And it is what it is. My sexual orientation and how I identify or who I choose to sleep with has nothing to do with my gender. Absolutely nothing.
And that's
the part. They just don't get it.
That's the part that people are not able to wrap their minds around. And I started the show with that. And we're going to end the show with that your gender and your sexual orientation are two different things. Totally. They are not one and the same.
Correct.
And just because, and there are more than two genders, folks, more than two genders out there. We have been taught and indoctrinated to believe that there is only male and female. And that is not totally the truth. And the way that we determine if you are a male or a female is by your chromosomes, your X and Y chromosomes, which can have variations to it. So You guys, please, 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 please keep an open mind. Let's stop the hate crimes because of sexual orientation or because of gender, because it's really none of your damn business. And you going around trying to eliminate people and kill people because they're different than you, or
when they
they're
just trying to live their best life, they not bothering you.
right, they're living their truth. You don't know how to live yours. Stop. It's not for you. Nothing good is going to come of it. It's nothing for you to be proud of. It's nothing for you to say, "Ah, yeah, I did it." You know, we got this white supremacist who killed all these people in Buffalo, and he's sitting up there, "Yeah, I did it," like he's proud of it. No, that's not how we keep the human race going.
Correct.
That is not it. So we've got to do better, or we won't be here. It doesn't matter. Disease will wipe us out. Disease has wiped us almost out before.
Here recently.
Even here, yeah, even here recently. You all are so busy worried about your superior race that you're forgetting about the human race. Hello.
Ding.
So, hello. No human race. Nobody cares about your supremacist self. We're not here to worry about it. We have a planet that we need to take care of because we only got one.
I'm on the mission of looking for another one. I'm sorry.
I don't think I'm going to make the trip. I don't think I'm going to make the trip.
I think there's this atmospheric globe. I think there's a place called Wakanda somewhere outside the reaches that I'm going to find.
Girl, if you find it, let me know. I'm coming. Once again, what did Deanna say? Get passport ready.
I'm looking for Wakanda and Asgard. I need to go live where Thor is. I'm just saying.
I decided it was going to be an avatar. So there we go.
I'm looking for them too. Yeah, I'm looking for them too, because those filters on TikTok where you can turn yourself blue, purple, green, and red.
I did it. I looked so cute.
I was cute in every color. I was cute in every color. You couldn't tell me nothing in every color. Green, blue, gray, purple, red.
Avatar. We're going to be an avatar. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, avatar.
There you go. Well, guys, we're going to be back again. Hopefully, we'll have our other partner in crime who was having technical difficulties tonight, Miss Danny's Windows. Once again, we did have a good conversation. Please, once again, just keep an open mind when it comes to transgender youth. Please listen to these young folks because they have something to say, and be accepting. Be accepting. You don't have to like it, okay? But you don't have to reject it and act an ass either. This is who they are. They're speaking their truth, and let them speak and protect them. Please protect them.
Yes,
we have way too many of them committing suicide, and because they can't live their truth without ridicule. And they don't need that. They have enough going on, believe me, on the inside. They don't need an additional amount of pressure thrown their way as well. So just kind of think about that, okay? Just think, let's just be a little kinder in 2023, a little nicer. And
4 weeks left, y'all.
Let's just love on each other a little bit and see the good in people, because I know there's some good left. Sometimes it's hard to find, but it's out there. It is. It's out there. And keep an open mind and stop letting somebody else put into your mindset outdated information. The internet is great. It is a great tool. Yeah, you can TikTok all you want, but why don't you take a few seconds and actually educate yourself? Learn a little bit more about something that's different than you, or something that you're not sure of. Just understand that there are more than two genders, understand that chromosomes shift and change, and
Correct.
sexual orientation, there's a laundry list that Jasmine found.
47.
There's a laundry list. There you go, 47.
Well,
types.
47 terms. There was 47 terms and multiples cross over to each other, but still 47 terms that explain sexual identity and sexual orientation.
Ooh. And here we were just thinking of two. There we go.
Days straight.
Right.
There's more.
There's more. There's a lot
47.
More. And it's good because variety is the spice of life, guys. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And like I said, stop worrying about it. It's going to rub off on you, because it's not. If that's not what you are, that's not what you are.
Yep.
And you don't have the right to stop somebody else unless they are an endangerment to other people or to themselves. You don't have the right to stop anybody else from enjoying their sexual freedoms.
Love is love, people.
Yes, it is.
Let them love who they love. It's not your business. It is not your bedroom. It is not your control. Love who you love. Let other people love who they love. If it don't affect you directly, let it fly.
There you go. Be like a duck and let it roll off of you.
Duck off a water stack. Quack, quack.
Quack, quack. Well, on that note, we're going to give a quick update of the score for the Steelers and the Colts. It looks like the Steelers 16, the Colts 10 in the third quarter.
We scored.
The Colts, whoop. Nope, the Steelers got the ball back. Okay, so third quarter, 16-10. Come on, Colts. Come on, Colts, you can do it. I'm going to go finish up my evening watching Monday Night Football. Once again, we hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Remember to keep an open mind. Get put in that sexual box that somebody else has, okay? I want to give a shout out to all my friends in Chicago. Thank you. I've had a great 3 weekends in a row in the Chi. Love everyone. Puddin' Pop Girl had a great time at your birthday party, and can't wait for you guys to come to mine in February and October of next year. So, Jasmine, anything on your calendar before the end of the year?
No, not really. Not appearance wise. I'll take that back. New Year's Eve, it is an email invite only. I'm going to be doing dungeon festivities at a New Year's Eve party. If you would like information about that, I have contact information to the person hosting the party, so you can always just inbox me at Jasmine Porain on Facebook. Other than that, though, the Play Palace is open, and if you want to book services for sex coaching and or different kink therapies, let me know, y'all. Again, y'all can reach me on Facebook at Jasmine's Purple Rain, YouTube at Purple Rain's Play Palace, or on Instagram at Play Palace 83.
All right. And for myself, I have one more pop-up shop that'll be happening here in Cleveland on December 17th at the Hilton Garden Inn in Mayfield, or in Euclid, depending off of Mayfield Road, Euclid, Ohio. Okay, guys. So there's a whole lot of vendors that will be there. It's right before Christmas. Great time to grab some great gifts right before the holidays from small businesses. So make sure you come out and support. Starts at 11 a.m. and it goes until 5 p.m. on December the 17th at the Hilton Garden Inn, right off of 271. I will be there with my adult toys and lingerie. I probably will be having some sales because it's time to get rid of the old and bring in the new. So, you all might be able to get a rose for a song and a dance. I don't know.
If they can, I need that. I broke mine.
Oh, Lord. All these powerful pussies. Okay. Once again, you all make sure you join us next Monday night. We will be back with another Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. I am done traveling for the season. Thank you, Jesus. I am ready for 2023. You can book Ms. Juicy of Juicy Boutique. I am taking bookings. The phone number is area code 872-221-0430. You can also hit me up at Juicy Tales, JEWCEETALES gmail.com. Thank you. At gmail.com. There we go. At gmail.com. Had to think of which one it was. And you can also start, we will be starting after the first of the year with my bookings for my sexuality courses and classes that will be happening after the first of the year. So just look forward to that. And once again, in 2023, Ms. Juicy will be turning 60 and having 2 parties, one vanilla party and one naughty party. Yes. So look for those.
I can't wait for either one. I'm excited.
So you know what? Actually, so am I.
My big sister turned 60, y'all. She look good. Look at her. Look at her. She's so sexy.
Wait till you see me in a few more months, okay?
I just thought about it. When Miss Juicy turns 60, Purple Rain turns 40.
There you go.
That's gonna be a busy weekend.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So make sure you guys once again join us next Monday night. Hopefully our other co-host, Miss Danny's Windows, will be back joining us. She had some technical difficulties tonight. Just wasn't quite the same without her. But we will be back. We'll be right here next Monday, starting at 6 p.m. for our folks out on the West Coast, 8 p.m. for Central Standard, 9 p.m. for the people on the East Coast, and 10 p.m. for our folks in Barbados, our family there. Okay, so make sure you tune in. Remember to enjoy, enlighten, and embrace eroticism for Miss Jasmine Purple Rain and Miss Juicy and Miss Danny's Window somewhere in California. Good night, everybody. We love you.
Good night. Mwah.
Have a great one. Bye-bye.